Now, from tomorrow, the energy price cap will fall, and that means lower gas and electricity prices for customers, domestic customers in England, Scotland and Wales. Let's take a look at the figures.
So the average household using a typical amount of energy at the moment pays £1,690 a year.
From tomorrow, that will fall to £1,568 annually. That's down 7%, for a saving of £122 a year. But remember, it's the unit price that is capped. What you actually pay depends on other factors, including how much energy you use, how you pay and where you live.
And even though energy prices are falling, average bills are still £430 higher than 4 years ago. Since then, pandemic pressures and the Russian invasion of Ukraine have pushed prices up.
We're joined now by Richard Neudegg from uSwitch.com, which helps customers find different deals that are on offer. This is welcome news for people, but of course, the lower prices at a time when people are generally using less energy.
That's right. So we have been used, obviously, to having lots of increases in energy prices. So every time we get a decrease, we should go, good news, that is a good thing. But it's summer, and we don't actually have the heating on over summer, or at least hopefully we don't. Sometimes we might need to. We're not using that much. It's winter that really, really matters, because that's when our consumption is a lot higher. And actually, that flows into some of the wholesale market movements as well. So we were talking there about what those annualised figures are for what is a 3-month only cap. So it slightly sort of leads you down the wrong path, because what really matters is what's going to happen over winter. He's saying actually the predictions currently are that they're going to go up for October around 10%, so they'll be even a little bit more higher than they are today. So always difficult to bear some. There's always a bit of a caveat, a bit of bad news to go along with the good news, unfortunately.
And how do you navigate that? Because even the most organised people who like to get ahead of it and work out what their monthly direct debits will be, it's impossible at the moment to know that long term, isn't it? What would your advice be?
It absolutely is. The price cap is in this sort of weird situation where it's both this like dangerous roller coaster where if something happens in wholesale, the prices could go up in 3 months. But it's also like quite tedious and irritating from a consumer perspective that you've got to think about it every 3 months. Those direct debits also don't always change at the same point the price cap changes, because it depends on all the other stuff with your account. Thankfully, though, there are a few things customers can actually do about it now. There's been a while where we haven't had many good fixed deal options that last, give the same rates for a whole year. There are some good ones in the market now. Not all of them are good, but some of them are good, where you can lock in a rate around the sort of level of the price cap we're going to see tomorrow, maybe a little bit more. And that way, if prices do go up over winter, as is currently predicted, that won't happen to you and you're protected. So there are a few things you can do where you can get off that track.
So is now the time to lock in a fixed deal for 12 months or longer if you can?
You can never know for sure, because you don't know if something happens that people aren't expecting. But currently, the way things are looking is a really good time now. Prices are a little bit lower. You might have to pay a little bit more than the price cap on Monday, but you'll lock that in for 12 solid months. There are some people that are nervous about doing that because what if I lost? What if it does come down more than we're expecting? But even now, there are a few interesting deals we're seeing at uSwitch where you can get discounted trackers as well, where it's, say, £50 a year less than the price cap. So it's still going to go up and down, but you're going to get a discount on those controversial standing charges. So whatever way you want to play it, there's something you can do to get something slightly better than the 85% of us that are just waiting for Ofgem to come out with their spreadsheet.
And at least the market's opening up. There are those options out there which weren't for such a long time. And if you plan ahead with a direct debit, then you know exactly where you stand. Is your sense that customer service is improving with energy providers? Because whenever we talk about this, we hear from consumers that they've been desperate to get through to find out about queries with their bills or to change the plan that they're on, but it's been impossible.
So things are improving. uSwitch does quite a lot of detailed research in this area, and it is getting slightly better. It's obviously the number of people that need to call up their energy supplier in distress is correlated to how horrendous the bills are.
Yes.
And so they have been even worse than they are now. They are not extremely good compared to sort of historical standards, things we've been used to, but it has got a little bit better. So it would be wrong to say that customer service is an amazing situation over in the energy market at the moment, but things are getting a little bit better. But please, if you are a customer that's in a really difficult set of circumstances, high levels of debt or something going wrong, don't be put off by that. You do need to speak to your energy supplier and see if they've got anything they can do for you.
And they're obliged, aren't they, to help to have that conversation?
There are
with
standards,
you? Yeah.
all that sort of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff in place for customers that are in those difficult situations.
OK. Richard, really good to talk to you. We didn't get onto the thing that makes people's blood boil, which is the standing charges, but we'll come on to that next time that we speak to you. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.